Aloha, everybody, and welcome to Part 8 of Sonic Lost World. We are back to tackle Tropical Coast, and I'm done playing Sonic Forces, which just came out. It was a mixed bag.
It would seem the peaceful days of tending my garden will have to wait. While I take care of these matters, the rest of you cannot.
Please, Master Zik. This is not something you should trouble yourself with. It's beneath you.
Now, don't be concerned. It'll be good to stretch these old bones.
Oh my god, Master Zik is a Jedi. But anywho, folks, welcome to Act 2 of the Wii U version of Tropical Coast. This level involves a lot of manipulating fruit so that they go into all these blenders, these fans, so that they will spread out all of this juice that you can use as pathways to get to all the other planetoids in this level. And this is definitely a level that, when you look at it on paper, when you look at what you're doing, you think more this is a Super Mario game than you do this is a Sonic the Hedgehog game. So again, I'm not making the Mario comparisons just because the level themes are awfully similar. You know, there's the beach level, the desert level, the ice level, the volcano level. It's not just because, like in Mario Galaxy, you know, you're on these planetoids with their own gravitational pull. It's not just because the main villain of the game looks like Bowser. It's also because of elements like this, where Sonic is experimenting with gameplay styles and gameplay kind of puzzles that you'd think Mario would be doing, but now we're going to do it in a Sonic game as well. And you know, I don't really hate this premise all that much. I think this is still fine to play. I don't hate playing this. But again, the fruit have a mind of their own. They will always follow Sonic wherever you are. They will always just gravitate towards you and roll wherever you are. And it's just as simple as going to where the blenders, the fans are, and then the fruit will be destroyed and all the juice will be made into a pathway so you can get to the next destination. So it just means you're constantly, you know, hey, watermelon, I'm over here. Watermelon, I'm over here. Don't ground pound watermelon, don't do that. You're not Bowser. Zavik is Bowser. Actually, Sonic Forces came out, right? And they actually said Zavik's name in the game. And I've been saying it wrong this whole entire time, because in Lost World, they usually introduce all of the Deadly Six by name, usually. In the very first cutscene we saw when this video started, he said, Master Zik. That's what Zavik said. Please, Master Zik, do not trouble yourself. Zaz was introduced twice. Zavik said, that's what I like about you, Zaz, always ready for a fight. And then when Eggman, you ran into Eggman, he's like, these are the Deadly Six! Zaz, show them how we do things up here! So, character introductions are always important because you want to know the names of the enemies you're facing. If you're playing Sonic Lost World and you don't have the internet or the instruction manual or, you're just following along with the story, you want to know what the character's name is. And in Lost World itself, they never actually say Zavik's name. He never introduces himself. And so I always assumed it was pronounced Zavik. Sort of like the Havok physics engine, because it's spelled pretty much exactly the same way. I thought it was a play on words like, oh, Zavik is the leader of the Deadly Six. He causes havoc and destruction and mayhem. So it's Zavik, only with a Z, because they're Zeti, and everyone's name starts with a Z. Or a Z, because I'm Canadian. But in Sonic Forces, Sonic saw Zavik, and he said, Zavok? And I was like, whoa, Zavok? What? His name is pronounced Zavok? Oh my god. And then I double-checked. I played Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games, which Zavik is in. And it's Zavok in that game, too. What the hell? Either way, apparently his name is Zavok, not Zavik. So, you can call him whatever you want. Zavik, Zavok, Sonic Bowser. Whatever floats your boat, but most of the Deadly Six get a name introduction. I know Xena mentions Zomon's name in one of her like asides when you're going through her levels. Zor gets called out by Zavik. I don't know if Xena got a name call. I don't know if Xena did, but I know definitely. I went through all the cutscenes and everything. I even looked up Zavik's voice clips online on YouTube. Zavik never says his own name, and he's never introduced in cutscene. So, that's a thing.
Prepare to be tested, young one.
Anywho, here is Master Ik the Jedi, who can somehow summon his staff with the Force. He's an old, senile man, and, you know, he can't really see all the blenders and fans in front of him, so you just go up to the fan. He'll follow you, just like all the other fruit, and that's when you just knock him off his apple and just homing attack him twice with a charged-up homing attack. And this old man can't handle the blue hedgehog, no matter how much combat experience he's got. So yeah, just like all the other Deadly Six, Master Ik is taken out in 2 charged-up homing attacks. Again, the bosses are not really that tough or challenging, and there's really not much to them, but now we're back on the 3DS version of Lost World, and actually this is the one level of Tropical Coast I don't mind, which is ironic because I know a lot of people who hate this stage, but basically it's using the same premise, you know, there's a whole bunch of fans, a whole bunch of blenders, and we want to put all the fruit in them so that we can get to our destination. But this time around, the fruit are not sentient, they're not following us, they don't want to run into Sonic. We have to move them into the blender, and we have to move them into the holes so that we can open up the spring capsules so we can get to where we need to go. So this is a lot of pushing around fruit. And it's a precursor to one of the worst levels in the game. Oh my god, Frozen Factory 3. Oh god, I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it. But, you know, until then, we have Tropical Coast 2, which isn't really as bad as Frozen Factory 3. For one thing, this level's actually pretty short when you get down to it. There's only really 3 sections. I'm on the second of 3 already. The fruit you're pushing, you know, there's not really a lot of obstacles in the way. I just put the fruit into the holes because, you know, they have fall damage, or they don't have fall damage. They don't shatter if you knock them off a high place. The ball spikes will destroy them, and then they'll respawn where they came from. But for the most part, there aren't too many ball spikes. It's not really that difficult to push these fruit into their places. The only thing that's kind of annoying is that every time you levitate the pool with the juice, you have to fight all these badniks again, and some of them are suspended above the juice, and if you homing attack an Orbinaut with spikes, then you're going to fall into the juice, and you'll have to hit a spring in order to get back up. And some of these spinners are also the green variety, who occasionally turn on the electricity, so you may have to stun them with a sonic wave before you do a homing attack. Again, that's the best way to handle green spinners in Sonic Lost World. Do the wave, homing attack. Do the wave, homing attack. You'll never have to worry about the electricity, because his electricity will be turned off once you stun him. Oh, I miss Sonic Heroes. That game is so good. I don't care what anyone says. That's one of the best, most underrated Sonic games. Oh. Sonic Heroes is precious, and I won't have anyone besmirch that game. God damn it. But yeah, this is just a precursor to one of the most infamous, worst levels of the entire game. I don't think this one's too bad. The pathways are very clear. They got railings, so you can't accidentally knock the fruit off. You know, you can't knock them into the pit below. Again, there's not much danger in pushing these things. It's just something that, again, you would see in a Mario-type game rather than a Sonic one. This isn't Sonic the Hedgehog-type gameplay. This isn't the go fast, go through loop-de-loops, have a thrilling adventure. This is the let's solve puzzles here on the beach kind of levels, which I know a lot of people already hate this level, let alone Frozen Factory 3, but it's not too bad. I think this is the best Tropical Coast level, even if it is a little bit slow-paced, but not too slow. I hate egg ponds in the 3DS version. Can I say that right now? They're going to be way more obnoxious in future levels, but the egg pawns cannot be killed in one homing attack like you think they would be in every other Sonic game, except Sonic Heroes, unless you have a level 3 Sonic because you got all those blue orbs. But, you know, you have to do a 3 charged homing attack in order to take out the egg pawns, and they've got this obnoxious attack where they gun for you as soon as they see you, swinging their arms left and right, and the only way to stop them dead in their tracks is with a Sonic Wave. If you try to homing attack them when they're doing that, you'll take damage and you won't homing attack them. So I cannot warn you enough that when you see egg pawns, you gotta stun them, and if you see more than one, maybe you want to jump away from them or get out of there, because they're all gonna be swinging their arms at you, and it's just, there's some really annoying egg pawn placements in the future 3DS levels, let me tell ya. Let me tell ya. Oh, this level's so good. I love this level.
I tested the blue one, and he's more powerful than I anticipated. He shows much potential.
Who cares about him? Now that I'm free, I want to squeeze Eggman till he pops!
And eat him, I suppose.
Well, yeah. There are better ways to make him suffer. But more delicious? What would you say if I told you we could destroy Eggman's world and use its energy to make ourselves unbelievably powerful?
Well, I would say that I had taught you well.
Yes, you have. And it will be Eggman's own creation that causes his destruction.
And now, folks, we come to Tropical Coast Act 3 of the Wii U version, and this is one of the best levels in the game, in my honest opinion. This level is entirely a rail grinding level. You're always going to be grinding on the rails in this underwater tube to this incredibly pleasant, amazing soundtrack. Sonic Lost World soundtrack is one of my favorites in all of Sonic. It's been growing on me more and more the more I listen to it since 2013. It might easily be in my top 10 favorite soundtracks, if not top 5, but I love Windy Hills music, I love Desert Ruins, I love everything. And Bottom Segway, the track of this particular level, is so pleasant and so memorable, and it's one of the things most players take away from Sonic Lost World after they've played this game. But the rail grinding, sometimes it goes into 2D segments, and in that case you have to hit these switches so that these gates will go down, otherwise you'll go splat into them like in Honeycomb Highway. If you pull down or push forward on the control stick, you will actually dictate how much faster or slower Sonic will go in the 2D sections. It's not a big deal here in this level, but it will become much more important when we get to Lava Mountain 2, which is another rail grinding level. But when you're in the 3D perspective, you do have to manually jump from rail to rail, which is not something you had to do in the Boost Formula games, because in the Boost Formula games, you either pushed one of the shoulder buttons or you moved the control stick. Like if I wanted to go left, you just tapped left, or you tapped the left shoulder button, like L or something. But in this game, you have to jump manually, which I know a lot of people don't really like, but I do think that the jumping is really fun to do in this game. I do think it adds a sense of intensity to this level that, you know, it's not so automatic like with the Boost games. And I like the fact that Sonic does have a magnetic quality to him. He does have this magnetic clinging that he does, even if he's just slightly to the left or right of a rail, that I don't find I'm constantly jumping and falling in between the rails. You know, I'm always landing where I need to land. And I like the fact that if I want to skip 2 rails and not just one, if I want to go to like a rail past the rail to my right, then I can do a double jump to get even further and to get exactly where I want Sonic to go. So I really like how the 3D jumping momentum movement works in these levels, but it's just thrilling. What can I say? I love the scenery, I love being in this underwater tube. Bottom Segway is a fantastic musical track that, everybody should listen to it. And whoa! He has a magnetic quality, but there is still open gaps sometimes. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with your jumping. The golden minecarts you can homing attack, the regular ones you can't. The regular ones will damage Sonic, he won't outright kill him, but when we get to some bomb carts later in Lava Mountain 2, oh, those are going to be one-hit kill, yes sirree Bob. It's not the longest level in the world, it's only one of 2 rail grinding levels, but it's such a pleasant experience, and it's one of the things I took away after playing Sonic Lost World that made me feel good about this game, you know? But yeah, folks, sorry for the break. I just wanted to play Sonic Forces for a bit. I'm back, and I'll see you in Part 9 when we finish up Tropical Coast.